So I'm a student at Harvard, and I've been working on the Earth Summit with Sustain Us and with Stakeholder Forum more recently, and something that we did on these questions this spring was organize a conference called Transition to a New Economy, which was 150 people from different universities, young professionals, to look really partly at Rio+20, also different ways of organizing the economy, and to really open those discussions. And that's just one drop in the ocean. And I think there's since Occupy, there's just been a real shift, and people have really started engaging with these issues. And I especially saw it in the student community. And for instance, in this room, we have Annie McShearis, who's working with responsible endowments and spoke earlier today. And there are two young ecological economists here who I know. And I think it's really important that people are actually narrating positive alternatives, because what I've noticed is that this gloomy scenario by itself serves often to sort of decapitate our imagination and our ability to imagine what is possible. And Rio+20 is I think a chance to really have some sort of inspirational platform to imagine these questions. Yeah, while being honest to realities, as Stuart said yesterday, we still have to dream and make those dreams come possible. And the UN is sort of one of the remnants of that sort of thinking, I think, for the better and the worse. So I'll talk a bit about the green economy now, which is one of the main themes, as Felix said in the conference. And it's in the context of poverty eradication and sustainable development. And this framing really came about because many countries were worried, and especially the group of 77, the sort of poor countries, were worried that this could be a framework that would impose even more financial burdens on them, sort of standards that they don't have the resources to meet, and it would just be sort of a new Washington consensus, which is what some critics have been calling Rio+20. And I think our task really is not to say, dismiss the conference, but to say we cannot allow it to be this way, because we cannot afford to have another Washington consensus with the crisis we're facing. And other people have been saying it could be the Tahrir Square of the green movement. And there is a People's Summit happening parallel to it, and just especially lots of Latin American society organizing around it, which is really incredible. And it's just, my Brazilian friends are saying it's like everybody's talking about Rio+20 on the streets. And it's nice to see that it's actually somehow embedded in the local context as well.